My name is Tara Feiner, and I carry the BRCA2 mutation. I was very young when my mother had breast cancer. At the age of 36, she was diagnosed with breast cancer, and it was aggressive. And at the age of 43, just before my 19th birthday, I was 18, she died. And at the age of 36, I had an MRI that was inconclusive, that they said was probably benign. Those were words my mother had heard 25 years before. So I tracked down my mom's oncologist from 25 years prior, and she said, "You really need to go get tested. The test did not exist when your mom was alive." And she recommended that I go to Penn. I was trying to decide what I would do if I had the gene. I had known the gene existed prior, the mutation existed. To me, double mastectomy and surgery seemed rather radical based on a blood test. But after my meeting with Jill Stopfer at the cancer center, abramson-cancer-center, and after I got my results, I had a lot of education. I found that my understanding of the BRCA2 mutation and the implications of carrying that mutation were very surface. I did not fully understand the levels of risk for breast cancer associated with the mutation or the levels of risk for ovarian cancer associated with the mutation. So in June, it was June 8th, 2009, when I got my results, I just felt like my world turned upside down. I had pre-surgery a 60 to 80% chance of breast cancer and a 30 to 40% chance of ovarian cancer. And that the conversation was more when and not if I had breast cancer. And it meant that I had to do something so that I could prevent what happened to my mother. Breast cancer is something that they can monitor well. They can monitor whether or not you have it on a regular interval, and the monitoring is good, so that mastectomy is not necessarily a requirement. It's something you can decide down the road. But I did decide, after seeing surgeons, to have a double mastectomy and a oophorectomy, hysterectomy. I did it all at once. I would have to deal with being postmenopausal and getting used to a new body. And I joked that I was going through menopause and puberty at the same time. I had an option my mother did not have, and I'm not going to have to worry about breast cancer or even ovarian cancer. And I know that I will be here for a long time, for my brothers, for my husband. You know, Aunt Tara plans on being here for every birthday, graduation, wedding, and just that's so important to me. The doctors at the Penn-Cancer-Center made it so easy. They worked together as a team. Because I was young and healthy and I was doing this prophylactically, they gave me the option of having all of my surgeries at once. My surgeons all worked together. They assigned a quarterback, who was my plastic surgeon, and she coordinated everything. And I'm anal. I go in with a chart with all of my questions and pros and cons, and I fill in the blocks, and they answered every question I had. Their nursing staff were incredible. They answered questions when I called back with more questions, and they were just amazing. They will give you all the tools that you need to make the best decision for you and your family, because everybody's best decision is different, but they'll work with you to give you everything you need to figure that out. I continue to participate in studies. My hope is, because of everything that they're doing at the Penn Cancer Center, that should my nieces and nephew carry this gene too, they will have options, and even better options than Aunt Tara had. I had better options, and an option my mom didn't have, and they'll have an option, better options than Aunt Tara did.